Hello and welcome back to the Refined Teenage Perspective. I'm Aryan Ghoshal and I'm joined by Veer Sandhu and Johar Ali.
Hello.
Yo,
Nice hello, Johar. Okay, so today we're on today and we're gonna be talking about basically just emotions and personalities. And what we did for this episode, we took the 16 personalities test. We took it in grade 7 last time, and then we took it again. I think it was yesterday. So we're gonna be talking basically about what our personalities are and what they kind of mean, and how it actually kind of reflects on ourselves and what we do every day.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fun.
and also that relates back
But
to
before we
further
start,
emotional respondents. And yeah,
Yeah.
continue,
yeah,
continue.
yeah. But before we start, how's your school, guys? How's everything going? I feel like I
Oh,
haven't
and
asked you guys
but
this in a
just to
while.
let our viewers know, just I do not go to the same school as Aryan and Johar, so the
Yeah,
work and I don't
Oh
know,
yeah,
the
that's
school
true.
life is
workload is
very
different.
different,
Yeah,
but we do I don't know, we kind of understand what we're all doing. But for me personally, like the few weeks have been really challenging for school, and it has influenced my emotions to a pretty big extent because there's like stress.
Yeah.
You've sometimes not like anxiety, but you're just like worrying a little because there's a lot of work to be done, and you sometimes just second guess yourself. Oh, am I gonna finish it? But thankfully, I got it done, and I have a little bit of time to take it back now and not worry about schoolwork.
I mean, the other thing is that we got our March break delayed, right? So, and I
Yeah,
mean, I didn't mind having our March break delayed at the time it got delayed, but I could have used it like a week ago, or like I could really use it right now, because
yeah. School
my
burnout is a real thing, and it's
yeah,
like
my
really
entire biology
emotionally
unit,
damaging.
stacked on top of it, like each other, like every assignment that I have, which is kind of stressful, and they're all pretty big assignments. So I'm really like burnt out right now, and I need a break. So luckily we got this long weekend, which
Yeah,
is
it's 4-day weekend, but
yeah.
it is important to do that to take time away for your emotions. I know a lot of people think that a work life balance is just a scheme that companies or school use to I don't know, make it easier to cope with things, but it's actually a really important thing because you can work for as long as you want and put as much effort in, but if you don't have a break and take time to prioritize your mental health and get your emotions sorted out, you're not going to be able to be productive at all. It's just going to be
Yeah.
really difficult to complete anything.
And I guess, what about you, Jor? Any
Hmm?
additional thoughts?
Comments?
Do
About
you have
what,
anything
work
to add to
life?
that? Yeah, like
Work
how your
life,
school life.
Yeah,
emotions, how do you deal with them?
I'm an insane procrastinator. I if I like for example, if some work is gonna take way too long, like not way too long, like if it's work and I don't feel like doing it, and I've procrastinated it, and then I'm up to the point where like I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this midterm assignment in 30 minutes. I'm like, well, it was a nice try, so I'll just do it back again in grade 11. I don't know. It's kind of
I
a
think
bad
I think
mindset.
but a lot of people, a lot of students deal with the same issue with procrastination. It's not like an easy one to cope with. It just takes you just have to get experience and get your thoughts sorted out and you have that drive to actually do work and be
Excel, yeah.
productive. But
Yeah. Well, I think this as I was gonna say, do you guys want to start talking about emotions or personality first? But I
Yeah,
guess
we
this
could, we could.
perfectly segues us
yeah, we
into
sure, just a good transition.
emotions.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Especially
So,
personalities. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
because
yeah.
different personalities have different emotions and deal with them
Mhm.
differently,
And
like
that
But
really
translates over to
differently.
school life.
right.
Hmm.
But I guess we can start with emotions then. So, who wants to anyone have any thoughts to start with? Because I mean, I actually, you know what? I'll start this time. Personally, I think like I know before when we were talking about this episode, we were thinking about the idea that maybe emotions could like they're not real, they're just like meant like in your head,
Just
kind
chemicals, yeah.
of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
just
technically
chemicals in
are
your head.
just in your head, but they're
Yeah.
more than that.
Yeah, like I'm in my opinion, they're more than that. I don't know if you what your opinions
Wait,
are,
what do you guys
but
mean by like more than that? Like,
Like it's just like for example, it's like if you think that happiness is just dopamine or like a chemical in your brain and it's not like something that you get from I don't know, like for example, being productive or helping someone else, then you could say happiness is more than just a chemical in your brain. And I feel like
but
happiness is more than that, and it
everything you
influences a lot of
I get
things.
what you're saying, but everything you do does technically result in a physical like physically manifests in your brain in order to make you feel a certain way. You know, it doesn't just happen simply because of unknown reasons. So
But
at the same
what do you think? What do you think of the like importance of emotions? There, do you think that you should just ignore them and go about your day without thinking of them, or should you like
no, I don't
right?
exactly
Right. What do you think?
like to be honest, I do get quite emotional, but like
Mm-hmm.
it's in a different way. I choose to follow logic, and I kind of propel that logic through emotion, and sometimes it's vice versa. Sometimes I justify my emotions by flawed
Mm-hmm.
logic because I just wanted, like, if I'm just hell bent on doing something, and it's because of
Yeah,
an
I see.
emotional reason
I feel the
initially.
same thing. Like even though I'm like more left brain than right brain and more logical than emotional, I still usually let my feelings or thoughts get in the way of things that are just like absolute tasks and have no like deeper explanation. But I
Yeah,
usually just make up
So
different explanations or like even
exactly.
justify things that shouldn't be justified
what's the
just because that's
difference
what I want to do.
between left and right brain again? Which one is the more
Left brain
artistic
is
side?
like I don't know about
Analytical.
that, but left brain is analytical and like for example, if you like math, you're probably left brain and science, and if you
Uh,
like the arts or English, you're right brain. So that means you're more
Uh,
abstract and creative. You can
hmm,
have like it's not like you're one
it's a
extreme, but
spectrum.
it's
It's
a
a
spectrum.
spectrum.
Yeah, I
right.
would definitely say I'm like more left brain. So my emotions are they're less like I don't know like extreme, but they definitely do exist. What about you guys? Do you
I
think
have
you're
a really
the
short
same thing?
temper, so I'm a very like, yeah, I already said that, but like uh, I don't know like to what to consider myself, because I took the personalities test, and it identified me as logician, right? And it was introvert. I think it was INTP, or is that architect? Is that yours? I don't know, because I was
No, no, no.
memorizing
Mine's
some.
so different.
Okay, yeah, I think mine is INTP, and yours is like ISTJ or something. But
Yeah, I think yeah, something like that.
so it's something like you like I on the questions I said that I choose to operate based off of logic, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, since the emotions get the better of me a lot of the times, like I kind of get blinded, and I don't have the moment to um like think, like, for example, a lot of times in my life, right after I do something and I get like really mad, I'm like, why didn't I think before I did that? Like a lot of the times in my life,
Yeah.
I'm in like a third person state where I'm just looking at myself, and I'm like, all right, so what are we going to do here, right? But when I'm extremely angry, then it just goes away, and I'm like just really tunnel minded. That's a
What do
I
you
broad.
think
think
the average person
one
is?
of the like
Oh, sorry.
worst things that people do, and I think a lot of us do it too, is just being like regretful of what happened in the past. Like there's no reason to think, oh, I should have done something different or I should have changed it. Yeah, you can like reflect on it and analyze what could have been done differently, but you shouldn't like um n- fret over something or get stressed or worried about something that already happened. Like it literally makes no sense at all to think, oh, on my previous assignment, I should have researched this way instead of that way. Yes, you can maybe know what to do for next time, but you should take it as something to learn and not think of it anything more than that. And I think that's one of the like it's a really important lesson I learned and how to understand my emotions better. Like just see what happened in the past so you can do something in the present to make a better future.
Yeah. I mean, well, I was sorry. Before you said that, I was trying to ask, what do you guys think the average person is, like right or left brain? More?
Average.
Yeah, or like
I
the
think to be
medium.
honest, it depends. Like when you're like, let's say you're making a survey and like I don't know, getting the results of that. I think it depends on the time frame. Like if it was a few years ago, 100 years ago, it would be different than today. Cause
I
like
guess so. I
the
feel like people who are
media and
born.
technology we consume is different.
I
Mhm.
feel like people who are born in like our generation are more which one was the more the English and
Right.
that side?
Right?
That was right, right? Yeah, I feel like they're more right-sided because I've seen a lot of people like just in our I was just saying our school. I don't know about your school group, but there's a lot of people in our school who have done like a lot of creative things with their time. For example, Jory, you make music, right? On the side when like
Hmm.
you're bored and stuff. And then
Yeah.
I know a lot of other people like release music and stuff for like fun, or maybe they actually find it like something they could do with their life if they don't want to, I don't know,
Go
like
into a 9 to 5 basically.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's what I'm like I'm thinking now, like people are more right brain, but like if I'm thinking back in my like mom and dad's generation, they 100% are way more left-brained
I don't think it's
because
Really?
exactly that. I think it's just that which traits are more predominantly showed because of
Yeah.
they
You
don't
know
quite
you know
have the
what? You know what?
liberty in their generation to be creative. You know, like
Yeah,
in that time
maybe, yeah.
exactly. That
there
Yeah,
were
makes
that
sense
different
makes
because
sense.
focuses.
like yeah, the laws are different. The stuff you can say is different. Like now you can literally express your way in any way you see fit,
Exactly
but
because of
before you couldn't.
technology,
And
which we talked
but
about last.
you can say technically that's more like right brain, but in today's generation we have a lot more technology, and I think video games especially can influence the different sides of your brain. Like if you're playing
Yeah,
something analytical and that requires strategy, you're going to be left brain. But if something's like I don't know, something else can influence your creative side. So that
Tetris.
can influence that can have a big like impact on what you think. I was originally saying that video games would make you more left brain because they're based on
Yeah,
technology, but they do have a big creative aspect and they're not monotonous. So it's like different
yeah.
every encounter you have. So that's what
That's
I
very
think.
true. I mean, but left brain doesn't exactly translate over to monotonous. It's just, uh, I
It's
think
not it's really predictable, but they're not that predictable, you
I
know?
think the beauty of
It's like
logical, like left side and right side is like, it's like I feel like left side would be like a set number of patterns. Like someone who's left sided, right, would probably like think about things in like terms of logic charts. Like that's what I like I do like, and that's why I can't quite wrap my head around a lot of stuff because whenever I'm trying to think about the consequences of an actions, I just end up in like uh this is gonna sound like corny, but like I kind of do like this, like basically like I didn't realize before, but I basically do like flow charts in my brain where I'm just like trying to figure out what happens every time. And but
mhm.
a right brain person not doesn't this would like because I think what people associate right brain people as is like they're like very like I don't know free going or like
Yeah,
outgoing and
they're,
stuff like
they're
that.
they're more fluid with their actions. They don't have as
But
much
I
like
think
I
they
don't know,
also see
absolute.
the patterns and types of stuff, and it's like I don't know.
They react and see those patterns differently. Like they don't see them through numbers. They'll probably see them through like I don't know, more visually than like
Maybe
I don't know
yeah.
what you would call it.
Like someone
But
like
I
me,
f-
I'm right in the middle. I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure. I'd say I'm right in the middle of the two.
I can see that. I can see that.
Cause
I
so
I
think
speaking
for me it literally depends what classes I'm taking that like because we have quad masters. So like that term. Like if I'm
uh
taking really like artistic or like classes centered around literature or anything right like
yeah.
related to writing, it influences my right brain more, and I kind of lean away from logic and think
Well, yeah, that
more
makes sense. Yeah.
like abstract. But that's the thing. Like when I had math and history, it was like a really good balance because one was really right brain and one was left brain, so it like influenced both sides of my brain, and it was really like different to experience something like that because I would be doing something absolute and following a strict process in
Mm-hmm.
one class, and the other one I had to write something and do things like that. But that's just what I feel. I don't know how you guys like. I don't know.
What you think?
Determine what side of your brain is more prominent at a certain period of
how do you guys
time.
cope with your emotions? Or like if you're sad or something, what do you guys do to make or like how do you deal with stress or something like that? Like I'll personally
Uh,
I'll say like this is gonna sound really corny, but like I honestly playing video games actually does help me a lot. Like it helps me forget about things that I would normally worry about. Like if I have I mean this is gonna sound like pretty bad, but if I have like a lot of assignments to do or something, I'd usually just stop it, play it like a game or something, and then come back to it because it helps me like basically get like a mental reset on what I'm doing or whatever I have to do, and I can come back to it with like a fresh mind or something like that. I don't know
For
about you guys. What do
for
you
me,
guys do?
it's
But
like because I used to also think the same way when I had so much work to do. I would be like, "Oh, why am I doing this? This is so worthless. I'm spending my time for no reason." But now, if I have work to do, I can sit down for a very long period of time, which is what I did
oh no, I
yesterday.
can. I mean, I can
And
sit down for a long period. It's
I
just
don't
that I
really
can't
need.
start. Once I start, I'm fine. But like,
Whenever I have something to do, I can start something basically whenever, but I still do get stressed. But whenever I get stressed, I usually just think to myself, well, that's how it is. You should just move on from it.
yeah.
I don't really do things specifically but whenever there's something that I'm thinking about or something that's worrying me,
Mm.
I would also just probably, I don't know, talk to friends or maybe just get my mind like I find that getting my mind off something and doing something completely different helps me with that task I was worrying about. Because otherwise I'll
Yeah.
just get burnt out and just, you know.
Like I
Yeah.
can
Boost productivity.
Sometimes
I
It
can
does.
do assignments.
th-
It's just hard to start. I don't know how people like get started.
I
I don't
find
know
it
what to
easy to
do.
start, and I'll teach you a trick. It's like uh literally, if you want to do something, just do a mental countdown: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and when like you have to be just on
Yeah,
your like sometimes like I'll just
I
be
see
on my
that.
phone, and I'm like, all right, you know what? I really should like I did this like a couple days ago for my like presentation for a course, right? And I'm like, all right, I need to start this because this is due in like an hour. So I was like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I just put my phone away and I just start my laptop. But the problem is for me, for someone like me, I get to it and I'm like search a couple things up for it, and then I'm just like, I could take a little break. I've done a little bit of work after like 30 seconds of work,
Oh, I
and then
see.
I go on my phone for like 20 minutes and restart it. So it's really inefficient, but for someone like you, it would work really well because you'd be able to get into like a long stretch of work easily.
Yeah. I mean, I can try it. I guess we'll see how it works out. Probably will work out well. I mean, as long as it's so. Wait, what do you just count down to from 5 and just start
Yeah.
going? Like, oh,
It,
okay.
it's like when you were a kid and your mom would tell you, "Oh, stop playing. I'm gonna count down." It's like
I
that.
feel like I'm gonna cheat myself out of that though. Like I'm gonna count down
Oh,
to 5 and be like, oh,
one and a
Yeah,
half,
I've done that.
one and three
I've
quarters.
done that sometimes too, but like, yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Usually, cause now I'm like on my screen a lot because of like online classes and like I don't know all the other activities I do. They're all like on a computer. So if I'm already at my desk and I have to start work, it's not hard. It's just like to click Chrome and
yeah, that's it.
open Classroom and do it. But I feel like most of the work I do, I actually have like an interest to do it. Cause like the tasks that I get they're usually intriguing. They're not that like monotonous or you know
Yeah, the reason
boring. But still, sometimes they are. But it's you just have to do them.
yeah, like the reason I used to like school so much was because like I genuinely like school, and people would be like, "Yo, what's wrong with you? Like, why do you like school?" Right? But it's because like for me,
Yeah.
I sat right in the I think well in my I just made this theory up, but I think it's because like I think I sit right in the middle of the spectrum, so I'd always bring in like abstract thought to something like technology or something like that, and where like people would be like, "All right, well, that's a bit of a like why are you don't even attempt that." And I do that kind of stuff for science and tech a lot, but it would usually end up good for me because like I don't know, the teacher would appreciate like me just going for something extremely uh out of the border, like out of like like outside of the box. um
Yeah.
but like when it comes to online school, right, it's very to me it is very monotonous because I find it difficult to draw like an abstract thought process to at least some of the assignments I have now. And like for example, like I have math and accounting, and like for example, with my math course, I don't really have much freedom even in like the way I want to solve the questions. I have to solve it in a strict method,
Mhm.
otherwise I get marks cut off. So I just completely lose that freedom in anything, and I guess that's why I turned to music to get that
Yeah,
like
because thing
Hmm.
online classes, the teachers want to make it as easy as possible to like assess things because it makes their job easier, which is
yeah.
totally justifiable. Like I would have done the same thing. Like if it's really difficult to mark something online and put like do it in an like a subjective or abstract way, but I feel like if you're able to use your thing other side of your brain, if you're doing like math or something, it's really useful.
That's what I
Oh,
used to do, but not anymore. At least in grade 10.
anyway, I think we've basically covered emotions. So let's talk about personalities. So like I said in the beginning, we all did the 16 personalities test to find out what our personality type is, I guess. Um, and I think we all had different answers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did we all have different answers? Yeah, okay.
Me
So
and Johar were in the same like section, but we had
Yeah.
different
you
like
had different
just
like
specific things.
Have you
yeah,
always been
yeah,
in the
like the
same
interpretation.
section, like since the grade
No,
7 and
I was a protagonist and
so the green
I
section?
forgot. Yeah, the green one. Now it's an analyst,
Purple.
so that's the purple one, and architect.
I can see
Right.
that actually. Yeah, I can 100% see. Like when I knew you in middle school, that's actually pretty accurate, like compared to you now.
That's
That's really cool how
To
like
be honest, you know what? I feel like I was trying to be someone else. I was trying to be like
a
because it's like the
protagonist, yeah.
protagonist role, like someone that's like well-rounded, someone
mm,
that leads others, is outgoing, even popular, but that's something I realized that's not who I am. I'm more like, I don't know, like
Yeah.
very targeted to who I talk to. Like my friend group is really small, and I do a lot of everything I do is like very analytical and absolute. So I think I was the second time I did the test, I was just more true to myself. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's very
Yeah.
difficult to lie and get a result that you want to be like not who you're actually. This is gonna
That's the
be
thing with
very corny,
personality
but
tests.
just like whoever you are, like whatever kind of person you are, just be proud of it. I guess it's very corny,
I mean,
but
it's so easy to lie on personality tests to try and get what you want because it like
It's like
some of the questions are so obvious, you know? Like
yeah,
it's like doing the Hogwarts house test and
yeah,
answering all the questions
to
to
be in
get Gryffindor.
Gryffindor,
That's what it's like. Yeah.
yeah,
exactly.
exactly. But well, I guess we should start by saying, okay, so who wants to introduce their house first? Or not house,
House.
wow.
House.
You go,
Nice.
Arian. You go.
But their personality. I
Yeah,
go
you go first.
okay. So I was a yellow one. I was
Virtuoso.
virtuoso, and it was I think the type was assertive virtuoso. I have no idea what that means,
It means
if
you're
I'm gonna be
confident
honest.
virtuoso, more like basically, like
Yeah.
Right.
you're assertive in your actions and you're confident that like what you're doing is the right thing and like
Yeah, yeah, for like the people that
you
are
don't feel
watching, like
conflicted.
there's two like so there's basically one like we'll call it like a team, and there's like I'm gonna actually open it up right now. There's different teams, and in each team you could call it there's different
Players.
yeah, basically players, and each player has two types. So I guess yeah, I know it sounds kind of confusing, but
There's
here are the
four
teams.
teams,
So
by the
there's
way.
analysts,
Yeah.
diplomats, sentinels, explorers. So those are four. So Arin,
Explorer.
you are in explorers and you are the virtuoso. And so it says that it's bold and practical experimenters, masters of all kinds of tools. So like well-rounded. That's basically what it's saying.
Hmm.
Do you think it like
I
it
Read
reflects you
more into it.
properly?
Read more into it a little bit though.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
honestly, I feel like so like in that case, that would make me more like extroverted than introverted, right?
It does say that
Yeah,
you're more
Possibly.
extroverted.
Yeah,
What's
my
the lettering?
personality test also says that I'm more
it's
extroverted. I got
ISTP.
Wait, what?
ISTP, yeah.
ISTP is
ISTP.
virtuoso. Then it's introvert. Then you're
Apparently.
introverted.
That's what I thought too. But my actual test, I'm pretty sure it says extroverted. And
Yeah, I
I
would say
don't
that
get that.
you're a good people person, so that makes sense.
Really? I feel like I like here's the thing. I don't mind like making friends. I just would rather not to.
I
You
yeah, I
know?
have good
Like
social
I just
skills,
don't
but
like talking to people. Unless I'm
same.
like I said, I've told you guys that story where I was at like Bring Your Kid to Work Day last year. I was really bored. I knew no one there. And this random kid sat next to me. I just struck up a conversation with him and became friends with him. And I still follow him on like
Oh,
IG and
that's
stuff.
something I would never do. If I don't have to talk, I won't do it. That's
Right.
basically what I would
But
do.
like I did that only because I was bored. Like if I really wanted like I didn't mind being friends with him. Don't get me wrong. This is gonna now I'm just sounding like a rude person. But like he was a really nice guy, and I haven't talked to him in a while. Actually, I might even text him after this is done. But like he I don't know. I only did it because I feel like I only did it because I was bored and I had no other choice. Like otherwise I would have just sat there in that whole conference or whatever it was, just sitting there for like doing nothing for I think it was like what 4 to 5 hours in the day. I would have gotten so bored there. But like I had that kid to talk to and it became a lot more fun, you know? But then like
Yeah.
does that really make me extroverted? Because I like I said, I only did it because I got something out of it, you know? Like
That doesn't make you
I gotta
No,
extrovert.
but
scare my boredom.
it's still like you basically like struck up an unnecessary conversation.
Yeah.
So I guess, but again, you can see if it's like not. I mean, you could justify
Introvert.
that it
That's
was
not
kind
what
of necessary
introverted
because you were
exactly
kind of
is though. It's
bored.
just like introverted is just like they just have less tolerance to social contact. I guess
Yeah,
they just
Oh,
it's not even that they just rather I like phrase like I'd rather not talk too
yeah.
much because I especially for me I find it very difficult to articulate myself
hmm.
properly and I don't know that might be easy to see on the podcast but I think we could use the like our actions on take your kid to work day as like a good kind of like our own personality test, you know? Like
Right.
I think
Yes.
if I'm gonna talk, so my personality test is logician. I mean, my personality type is logician, but initially in grade 7, it was in the same class of analysts, but it was commander, which is the. I'm pretty sure it's literally just the extroverted version of logician, right?
Oh, I see.
You were,
I think
yeah, you were. I mean, I can see that. Like, I can see that too. You were a
at least
lot
you're in the same
very
team. Like your
extroverted.
personality is kind of constant. It's just shifted a little bit because you've experienced more things. I
Yeah.
guess that makes sense.
Hmm. And
Um,
yeah, and you made all those. Actually, never. I'm not gonna say that one. But
I know what you're
yeah,
talking about.
you
Yeah.
like, yeah, like, yeah, I can see you like very extroverted back in grade 6 compared to now.
Yeah.
Like,
But
there's a big difference there. But both, I can see that for both of yours makes
To be
sense. I
honest,
don't remember mine in grade 7.
every single student's become more introverted because of online school.
exactly, that's
Yeah,
So
true.
that's
the
true.
amount of social interactions people have is so like little compared to before.
We have
Like
so much
before,
social interaction, in my opinion, right now,
yeah,
though,
because like
over
us
Discord.
say it's good that we like if we talk to each other nearly every day. If we didn't, we would basically go insane. Like you can't be human without having social interaction. It's
Yeah.
not doesn't work like that. You can't.
Oh yeah,
I
you
mean,
wanna? No, I'm joking. You wanna test that out?
let's do a social experiment right
It
now.
doesn't have to be like a like that kind of relationship. Any kind of social interaction is like important.
You guys also said, actually, no, well, never mind. My parents watch these podcasts, but so Johar, wait, so you said you're more introverted now compared to when you were extroverted back in
Yeah,
the thing, grade
definitely
7 when you did the
comparatively, and
test earlier.
also relatively to the
W-
rest of the
Do you
population. Yeah.
know? Do you know what else changed,
Uh,
like
in my
in your
personality.
personality test? So for those of you, if you take the 16 personalities test, in there you have 5 different like subtopics where it shows you what side you're more on. So one of them is introverted, extroverted. One of them is actually, I don't even remember the other 4.
Yeah,
But
it's just different aspects of who
yeah,
you are.
but yeah, exactly, it's just different. So if anyone remembers, like, what do you know? What else changed in your second
Uh,
personality test, or
they're
do you
like
not remember?
basically there's one that's like emotional respondents, like how if you choose logic or emotion. Uh, there's what are the other classifiers? Can you check them? But
Yeah,
and like when we're comparing our personality types, we'll just compare the things that changed. But I think and I've always I know that always in my life I was more on the turbulent than assertive, right?
yeah, that's true. I can see that. That makes sense.
But because I've like every time, even if it's something really obvious, I always ask you guys like a question because I'm not exactly sure of myself about things like this. Like even if it's like something that I should know. But like in
No,
when I got commander personality type, right? I think it was just me trying to be confident of my abilities. Cause I don't know, like there's a more deeply rooted personality, like not issue, like just like my personal issues. But I think in terms of the personality type, it changed from assertive to turbulent because I'd say a commander should probably be an assertive person.
mhm.
I don't know about the other things though, like the other classes within it. Like what's the other ones?
Like
Did you get the list,
the
or
other like
You know,
people
like
inside analysts or the
like
aspects like the
yeah,
percentages.
the percentages, yeah.
Okay, I can tell you that. So there is first extroverted or introverted,
Yeah.
intuitive
right?
or observant, thinking
Intuitive
or
observe.
feeling,
Yeah.
judging
Oh
or
yeah.
prospecting, assertive and turbulent.
Yeah, judging and
I think
prospecting.
when we were comparing those 5 things, I think me and Beers were the most similar, and George, you were the different
No,
one.
no, no. I think me and Joe had similar stuff, and Arian was the complete opposite.
No,
Because
no,
you're
that's for the actual person. But
That's
when
what
we were comparing the
the for
5
the
percentage things,
percentages.
ours was the same, and yours was a different one. Like when we were comparing our actual thing, yours too was the exact same, and mine was different, right? But
Yeah.
with the percentages,
Class.
it's the opposite. Yours was different for that
Yeah,
one.
because I'm pretty sure I measure on the like extreme sides of things, and
hmm
I don't know, maybe I just resonated deeply with whatever I was given in questions, and you guys were like more like I guess like 60 percentages in the winning things, whereas I was like 90 percentages in the winning personality type, like judging, prospecting, and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know,
I
Yeah, I
mean,
and
guess
that
because
variance is what
like
personality is in it, I
for
guess.
me, so I got the architect. That's INTJ, and then A. So that's a assertive architect. So basically, they're people who are they're like rational, very analytical and logical. So definitely extremely right brain.
Left.
And I got yeah, left brain. My bad. They're also I like me personally, what I got on the test, like for the aspects, so I was 71% introverted. I feel like that's a little bit too extreme because I would definitely consider myself an introvert, but
Where do you see your
if I need to be
percentages?
social, I can be social.
You just
So
sign back in.
yeah, if you just
Oh,
sign back in and click the person
You could
your
be
profile.
100% introverted, but you could have excellent social skills.
Really? I mean, like,
oh, I found it.
that it's. Do you think? Wait, how about this? This question: do you think being introverted or extroverted is a choice or something that's just built into you?
Mixture of both.
Yeah,
It's an accumulation of your surroundings and your choices. You could have turned
yeah.
out
It
extremely
depends.
extrovert, extremely introverted.
Yeah, it depends completely on who you talk to and your surroundings and
And
stuff.
yeah,
Like
genetics too.
where
Like
you were. Yeah.
my dad's an introvert, and I'd say me and him are quite similar. Uh, and probably it's also probably because like he's like one of my role models and such. So you probably become who you want to be. Like I don't think it like if you lie on a personality test because that's who you want to become, eventually you probably become like that person anyway. So maybe that.
You're gonna be trying to copy that or copy that personality type. Or you're just trying to act as someone you're not. So it's gonna
But
cause a lot of
eventually,
like internal.
if you are your memories and your memories consist of you acting like that person who you were initially not, then you become that person. Do you not?
No, but you probably won't. Will you be satisfied being someone who you're technically not? Like for
Perhaps.
me, I know that I would definitely wouldn't. Like if I'm doing something just because I want other people to think of me a certain way or I want to act
Oh, I never.
somewhere that's
Yeah.
like good or something. But I would like right now I've learned that if I want to be like satisfied with who I am, I just have to listen to my personality. I don't have to do anything else. I don't have to try to be someone I'm not.
I don't think we should even like divide ourselves. Like, I don't think we should keep personality type and all that very conscious. Like, don't be too conscious of it, because then you're gonna
Yeah.
try and fit
100%.
this mold. When in
You're gonna
reality,
try and be your personality when you
yeah,
should try and
when in
be like.
reality, there's more than 16 people in the world. Okay, so
Hmm.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's very true.
just yeah, don't try and fit this mold of your personality that you've already had solidified, or fit a mold of a personality that you want to be. Just make the choices you want to make, whether that be I like, for me, I'd never do something because I want other people to think of me a certain way. But if I do something because I want to think of myself a certain way, even though that's not true to who I am, if that's what you want to do, I mean, I don't know, do it, I guess, if you really want to. Uh, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. Just be whoever you want to be, even if that's not you.
Hmm. I'm looking at my thing. Earlier I said that I was extroverted. Apparently I lied. It was introverted.
How
So
Yeah,
much? What's the
makes
percentage?
sense.
it is 65% introverted.
Oh,
Oh,
So
that's
okay.
actually quite a bit. Yeah.
I would consider you more balanced because
me
I would say
too.
you're like a circle is kind of like I don't know close. It's not like extreme, but you
I'm
still
also
can like make you good social skills. So
mm,
Yeah.
I'm also 51% assertive.
assertive. So
51.
it's
Oh.
a
Yeah.
balance.
Oh, I just see my
I was the
percentages
same.
now. Yeah, those
Wait,
are.
I have more. Do I have? I don't know if I have my social skill. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
to you guys, I probably seem quite extroverted because I don't know, like you guys are basically my
Yeah.
only friends, but uh,
Aw.
For me, it's the
hey,
same
don't
thing.
get that
Like
too close to
around the
you.
people that I'm like around my friends, I can be very extroverted, but around people I don't know, I won't say anything if I don't
Yeah,
have to. That is.
true, true, true.
That's literally what I would. That's what my thought process is when encounter like social interactions and stuff. But what were you
I
gonna
don't
say
know.
about your thing,
My
like
percentages.
stats? Hmm.
Okay, 96% introverted. Um,
Oh my gosh! What?
78% intuitive, 96% thinking, 82%
90%.
prospecting, and 93% turbulent.
I would say you're more like you're not as what was your thinking? Stat was very
Yeah,
like
I
one
think,
sided, right?
yeah, that's what I was
That
thinking
should
right
be
when I
less.
said that. It should
Should be
be,
less.
yeah. I probably lied there a little.
Like for example, my stat for thinking is 54 and 46 feeling. So it's like a lot of my stuff is kind of balanced, but I would definitely say you're more of like a thinker, but you still
Yeah.
take your emotions into account. So
Yeah, I'd admit on that too. Yeah, I used to be in grade seven. I remember I got 56% extroverted and 44% introverted. And yeah, it's because like I don't know. In grade seven, I put up a front a lot, and I guess now I'm just I if I don't like you, I just don't talk to you. And
Mm.
before I was like just doing this thing. I don't know why acted out this as a commander. I didn't even do it because I had a commander as my personality type. I just did it. I don't know why.
Anyway, we haven't talked about Veers yet. We have about 6 minutes left. So, Veer, what's your type?
I can touch upon it. It's like kind of similar to Johar. So it's architect. My 71% introverted, 67% intuitive rather than observant, 54% thinking rather than feeling, 79% judging, and 51% assertive. So I would definitely say, like, once again, my thinking and feeling is balanced. I would actually consider I thought that my thinking would be more
I think your
leaning
thinking
to
should
that
be
side.
higher,
Yeah,
like
it should
in
be higher than my
comparison to your
feeling,
feeling.
but because I'm not that emotional, and I'd rather like take logic into account than what my emotions would be. But I guess
I think it's
maybe
just
that could
playing off the
explain a little
fact that like for example, like I don't know, you're just like a I don't know how to say this in a just you're more of like a like just a nice like just a nice guy like Aryan.
nice.
I don't know how you would describe it. Just like a kind of like like it like if you were trying to judge who was the most human, you'd rather put like for example you and Aryan over me. Like I don't mean
Oh,
that in
just
a
like I
yeah
see. I can I don't know what to think about that. I guess like it's just the way you act
yeah.
around other
So
people,
I
but
think that might be a fault in the personality type, but yeah, you're definitely more thinking than feeling. But I get why it says like
and
that balance between
I
thinking and
feel like
feeling.
my assertive should be much more than turbulent because I rather have structure to my life than have it fluid. Like for example, I have a schedule to follow. I have very strict things I want to do. So
Is
I
that
guess
what
that would
assertive and
be
turbulent is?
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
the way you treat different scenarios based on your I don't know like mindset or the way you handle different events. But my judging versus prospecting, I guess that does make sense. And
You're
my
judging, right?
intuitive yeah, intuitive. I'm more intuitive than observant. I guess that makes more sense as well because I guess I like to analyze things in my brain rather than just see them and make what I think of them true. But yeah, that's basically my personality type. And once again, I think it's much more accurate and realistic compared to my grade 7 one because I was definitely true to myself when I took the test.
Yeah.
You guys think we should do the test one more time?
Today or like
Like
after
just
today?
I feel like
straight up right
all right,
now.
we're gonna answer we're gonna think too hard in our answers now if we do it again.
Me too. I
If we
mean,
like,
I
it's better to
I
take it like
honestly,
without
even
like
it,
Naturally,
worries.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
feel like yeah, you should only take personality tests and stuff like once every couple of years, and take the
Cause
same
yeah,
one. If you take different ones, because some they like
yeah.
kind of assess you differently. But like yeah, I don't think it's worth taking the same personality test again and again. I don't know. Oh, okay.
Yeah, then yeah,
But
which one
yeah,
would you fortify as yours?
yeah, it would just keep changing.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, I don't know if I did it again right now or like after this we've done this.
You
It
might
would
be an
probably be the
analyst.
exact same. No, I honestly I think it'd be the exact same.
I feel like
I don't think
now
anything's gonna change.
because like I said, oh, I should be more thinking. I'll try to answer the question so I make it so that my
Yeah.
thinking stat is higher. That's what I think.
But
The
what if you think so much
that
to
would
the
change.
point where you answer the way that it corresponds to a feeling way, but you're thinking a lot when you're
I
answering
know
it? Then what's
it's
that mean?
Wow.
that's why it's really weird to take it again. Like after you take it once, you shouldn't do anything. Like if you take
Yeah.
it twice in a row and you look at your stats, you're gonna change it to make it the person you want to be, not who you are.
Or yeah, maybe just who you think you are. You know, we can have very false misconceptions of ourselves. It's really easy to get tied into that. Whatever. Yeah.
I don't. Mhm. I don't know what else to say. I think we basically covered everything. Is there anything else
Yeah.
that we can?
No, I think we touched upon all of the subtopics. So
Yeah, and we are pretty much at that not 50, 40 minute mark. So, um, yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you guys for watching. If you stayed until the end. I don't know. What do we usually do for this outro?
social links are in
Oh
the
yes,
description
our
if you
links
want to
are in
follow.
the
Oh,
description.
we can also link the 16 personality test if you guys want to
Oh
take
yeah,
that yourself.
that
But
would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, we can link it at the bottom or just go to 16personalities.com and you could do the test. Um, yeah, I guess that's it.
bye bye.
Bye.
Yes.